We are back a little bit earlier than we thought because today we are going to bring you an FA Cup semi-final. Yes, we are in the FA Cup semi-final, one game away from the FA Cup final, plus highlight from a game against Fulham and West Ham as well. Only one thing to do. Let's get into this. Let's roll the titles. Highlights game, it's very, very dull. 0-0 at half time, hoping for better in the second half. 25 minutes to go. First highlight of the entire game. Shelby into Fetty, turns his man, goes for goal, hits the post, and Fulham get it clear. As I said at half time, a very, very drab affair. This one against Fulham, and 20 minutes to go. 0-0. And Bolo trying to get onto that, but Sessegnon beats him to the ball. 3 minutes left of the game. Seri back to Schürrle, and we're pressing him really well, but they get the ball out to Ryan Sessegnon, out to Otero into Schürrle, out to Seri. Seri goes for goal and shoots just wide. I think a draw is probably going to be a fair result because it's been a horrendous game. Yes, we've had chances, but just not broken down this Fulham team, and it's 0-0. Not exactly the type of form we want going into a big game against West Ham and that FA Cup semi-final. So yeah, a really disappointing draw with Fulham. Just couldn't break him down. Fetty not playing well. Maya, Neres not playing well. Straight after an international break. So yeah, we'll just sweep that one under the carpet and forget about it. We did beat Liverpool 4-1 though in the sixth round of the FA Cup. Neres with 2, Maya with 1 and Grealish with 1. But he then went off with an injury and again, still not back. Yedlin scored an own goal on the 33rd minute, but we ran out 4-1 winners, which is why we're back for West Ham and Wolves. Why West Ham? Because they're in 8th. And if we beat them today or even draw against them, we'll pretty much kind of solidify our European places there because we're miles ahead of them in the league already. So good, interesting game for you first up. And then we play Wolves in that FA Cup semi-final. Second game today. This is going to be the team that goes up against West Ham first. Horn in goal, Yedlin, Lascelles, Zagadou and Chilwell are the back line. Fofana and Shelby in the middle. And Bolo on the right, Neres on the left, Maya in behind, Arp on the bench, Bustos, Davies, Cataldi, Wilson, Gray, Perez and Troy Deeney. Grealish will be back in about 5 days' time. Let's get into this first game against West Ham and hopefully we can score 3 points and really, really shore up that European place. Chilwell throwing it into Maya. Maya back to Chilwell. Shelby's got a little bit of space. Goes into the back post. And Bolo's there into Neres and he makes it 1-0. 14 minutes on the clock. David Neres scores his 7th goal of the season in good goal-scoring form at the minute. Got a couple against Liverpool. And it was a good move down this left-hand side, finding Chilwell. And then Shelby in a little bit of space, crossing it in. And Bolo does really well. Heads it back across goal. Neres is there. 1-0 Newcastle. Yedlin into Embolo. Lovely little layoff to Maya. Is he going to go for goal? No, goes to David Neres on that left-hand side. Fetty Arp's there, and it comes back to him. He finally puts it in to the back of the net. He had 2 or 3 chances of scoring there. 18th goal of the season for the youngster. And let's see in 3D exactly how many times he messed this up. Maya, lovely run. Finds David Neres with a through ball. Chips the ball in. Arp with a good header, good save. Actually, it was a tackle from a Bonner and hit the post and it fell back to Arp. 2-0 to Newcastle. Yedlin throws it into Shelby again. Yedlin back out to Fofana. Goes for goal this time. He hits the top of the net and goes out for a goal kick. Good effort from Sekou Fofana and that's going to see us through to half time. Absolute domination here from Newcastle. 13 shots, 7 on target to their 1 and none. 61% possession as well. Arsenal winning. Arsenal beating Chelsea in another game. Liverpool beating Bournemouth 3-1 and United Spurs drawing as well. Going to get into this team talk. Just passionately say very pleased with how we're doing. Carry on what we're doing in the second half and we will come out winners and win 3 points. Down the line to Radiz and Matic into Wilshere. Got a really good midfield. Noble, Wilshere and Matic all really good on the ball. Oxford over the top, but Lascelles cuts that ball out and goes back to Timo Horn. And now Timo Horn's coming out of the box and doing that sweeper keeper thing, and Zagadou now into Maya. Good little ball through to the attacking midfielder, back out to Neres. Neres now, can he get a ball? And he can. Fetiap's there, and what an emphatic finish that is from Fetiap. Just peeled off that defender, and he gave himself some time and some room to be able to take this shot. Let's see it in 3D. Maya down this left-hand side, finds David Neres in good form at the minute. He then gets this ball in to Fetiap, and what movement from Fetiap, just coming away from the defender and on the volley, making it 3-0, 19th goal of his season, and I think the 3 points are ours, but West Ham coming back into this one. Highlight just after we've scored. Noble back to Matic. Matic back to Noble. As I said, can really keep that ball in the middle of midfield. Arnautovic into the penalty area, but tries to get across in, and Zagadou cuts that ball out. Coming on really nicely is Zagadou. Attributes going up all the time, and Zagadou again heading out, but only as far as Arnautovic. He's clear, goes for goal, and Timo Horn has to push that over for a corner. Hour mark gone now. Lascelles into Jonjo, controlling this play in the middle of midfield, and Bolo now down this right hand side, taking on the left back to Yedlin. Yedlin now coming inside to Maya. Lovely switch out to Ben Chilwell. Can he get a ball in? He can. And Bolo's there. Back to David Neres into Arp. And Bolo, though, puts that ball in. Thought it was going to be a carbon copy of Neres' first one, where Bolo headed it back across goal. But Neres couldn't get the finish. Chilwell, though, great cross into the back post. And Bolo can't get it to Neres in time. Great block on the line. Falls to Bolo. 4-0 to Newcastle. Bonner with the ball on his own 18-yard line, and gets the ball to Noble. Chervy now on that left-hand side comes inside to Obiang. Obiang finds Felipe Anderson. It looks like Arnautovic has gone off. Chervy is through, and that's a great tackle from DeAndre Yedlin, and it goes out for a corner. Fabra, going to get this ball into the middle, but Lascelles does well and gets that ball clear. And there we go, full-time whistle's gone. 4-0 to Newcastle. Great way to bounce back after that disappointing draw against Fulham. Fetiap with the player of the match. 2 goals, 1 assist, 9.5 for the youngster. We now go on to probably the biggest match of the season, of the series even, an FA Cup semi-final against Wolves. So how have we got on against Wolves in the past? And as you can see, we have never lost to them. A draw in the probably one of the first games we played against Wolves at Molineux. Jota and Muto scoring the goals. But then since then, been domination from Newcastle. A 4-0 win, a 2-0 win, and then a 5-0 win. So we should have the better of them in this game. This is going to be the team that goes up against it. As you can see, no changes at all to this team. Same bench as well. Let's get into it, hoping for a final at the end of the season. Maya with a free kick, goes for goal, and he scores. Puts us 1-0 up at Wembley. His 10th goal of the season, the youngster Lavara Maya. And it's a lovely free kick into the bottom right-hand corner. Shapes it up. Great bend on the ball. And it's Wolves 0, Newcastle 1. Yedlin knocks that down, but only as far as Ruben Neves. Diego Jota on this left-hand side gets the ball in. Lascelles gets that clear. And now can we break? Shelvey on the counter-attack into Maya. Maya, can he get the through ball to no, goes to Mbolo on that right-hand side. He's in good form at the minute, but Rui Patricio pushes that round for a corner. Scintillating counter-attack from Newcastle. Maya into the middle, trying to find Fetiap at that back post. Shelvey picks that ball up, and Adama Traore gone straight through the back of him, already booked. And he's going to just get a warning, not get sent off within the first 20 minutes at Wembley. David Neres picked up a little bit of a knock on the half-hour mark. Maya, this time he goes, Adama Traore goes through him again. And it looks like the referee has finished his patience. And Adama Traore is going to get sent off at Wembley. 2 bookings, could have been sent off a little bit earlier, but the referee gave him a little bit of leniency. David Neres whipping that ball into Mbolo at the back post, and it's just wide 10 minutes before half-time. Going to take David Neres off. Not going to take any chances with him when we've got people like Gray and Wilson on the bench. Not a bad first half. I think we can do a little bit better. We're just going to say keep going. They're a man down here. We can get a result. They're keenly listened, and then we're just going to follow that up with, you weren't too bad. I believe you've got what it takes. Got faith in you to go out there and get us into this final. Let's go. 1-0 up. 45 minutes left. Another injury, and this time it's Jonjo Shelvey. That could be a massive injury for the final few weeks of the season. We're going to bring Cataldi on for the middle. In the middle, he can play that deep line playmaker role, and yeah, we'll see at the end of the game how bad that injury is. Vigne down this left-hand side just before the hour mark, and it could let Wolves back in. Now Moutinho into Ruben Neves, and Moutinho and Neves will pass it between them all day long. We push it back to Dendoncker though, and Juanme in the air. Chilwell beats him. Andreas Pereira, lovely ball into Diego Jota, and it's one apiece. The 10 men of Wolves have come back into this, and hopefully that John Joe Shelvey injury doesn't hurt us too much. Chilwell does really well against Juanme, but only gets it as far as Andreas Pereira, and he whips a lovely ball into the back post. Yedlin sleeping, and it's one apiece now. Ficio going to launch that ball forward, and Yedlin should bring that down and play it out from the back, and he does. Lovely switch out to Harry Wilson on this left-hand side. Come on for Neres. Back out to Chilwell. Can he get the ball in? He can. Fetiarp is there, and he shoots just wide. Fetiarp on not having the greatest of games. Might have to bring him off sooner rather than later, but he can always produce something out of nothing. 20 minutes to go. One apiece still. Diego Jota on the counter-attack himself, and he goes up to Juanme. Juanme goes out to Helder Costa, come on that right-hand side, and Wilson, though, steps in and drives forward on the counter-attack himself, but Doherty just pings that ball forward, and Timo Horn comes out and gathers, and he's literally a centre-back now. Cataldi, though, coming forward into Fetiar, but gets tackled by Dendoncker. Zagadou knocks it down to Fofana. Quick pass out to Chilwell. Cataldi again, out to Chilwell. We need to dominate this possession and score some goals. Maya over the top to Chilwell. Chilwell driving into the box, trying to find Fetty up again for Fofana. Harry Wilson's there. Harry Wilson scores his 10th goal of the season. We needed to make that pressure count, and we did. 10 minutes to go. We're 2-1 up against 10 men Wolves. Maya, lovely ball over the top to Cataldi. He tries to find Fetty up in the middle. Can't. Fofana knocks it down to Harry Wilson, and from a very acute angle, puts it into the near post, and it's 2-1 to Newcastle. And there we have it, full time whistles gone, and we're into the FA Cup final. We didn't make it easy on ourselves. Maya on the 14th minute, Jota just on the hour mark, but then Harry Wilson with 10 minutes to go scores that goal. John Joe Shelvey, though, picking up a bit of an injury. It's only David Neres as well, forgot about that one. But we're in the final for the end of the season. Fantastic performance from our boys. We'll see who we play in that final. It'll be Tottenham in the final of the FA Cup. That's a huge game. But John Joe Shelvey, he's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, so could be back in time for that FA Cup final. But yeah, not the greatest news, and David Neres will be out for 4 to 6 days. Wow, what a performance from these Newcastle boys. We also get about £1 million, and Lavaro Maya scoring that all-important first goal in the first half. We will be back for that FA Cup final against Spurs and the final game of the season against Bournemouth as well, just to see exactly where we finish in the league. We'll give you all the highlights of the Brighton, the City, the Villa and the Watford games as well, so you don't miss out on any action. But that is it for this episode. Fantastic episode as well. We're through to our first final of the series as Newcastle manager. It'll be a tough one though, Spurs in that final game of the season. But thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out any more content. Remember, tick the little bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. And until next time, Tuesday 12 o'clock, we bring you the finale of this second season in charge of Newcastle. I'll see you soon.